Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Rumpus in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.
What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, it is Tuesday, and I finally got the opportunity to hop on here and premiere this episodic series that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's the Tuesday Hot Tag. So let me give you just real quick, give you a story here. So things are changing and whatnot in my life, and one of those changes is I've had a schedule change to work. And it's been great. It's been absolutely great. It's been more beneficial for me and my family, and we all enjoy it quite a bit. But with change means you have to shift some things around. So, we have a great show that we do that is the Sunday House Party. I'm proud of all the work we've done with the Sunday House Party. I mean, the guests that we've had, the content that we put out, the super shows that we've put out after PLEs. I mean, without a doubt, the Sunday House Party has been an absolute cornerstone in the In Your House network of all the podcasts that we've done here. But now what I want to do is I want to take that energy and I want to move it and bring it to Tuesday. And it's been really eye-opening. This whole shift has been really eye-opening because, of course, if you guys are regular listeners or watchers here on YouTube or Facebook or excuse me, or Twitch, you know that we debuted a new podcast, The Bouquet of Legacy, myself and the amazing, divinely designed Danny O'Neill. And we got out to a hot start, man. We were lucky to be able to have Dominican Dynamite, Marty Bell, NWA star, TNA star, emerge women's world champion. I believe she is holding the NWA Women's Exodus Championship. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it was just a great start to what we're doing. And with that change, that shift that we were making, talking more about women's wrestling on Wednesdays, it left a void there a little bit as far as what we're doing for Monday Night Raw, to talk to the fans out there, to talk to the household out there, our community, about Monday Night Raw. So I think moving to Tuesdays made a whole lot of sense. And it returns our Monday through Friday programming that we used to do in 2021 here at In Your House. So it's a good shift. I'm excited for it and everything that we can do and everything that I have here for you guys here on the hot tag, the Tuesday hot tag. You just got me right now, but I got my cast of characters coming, man. I've got the voice Josh Joseph. I got the blue-eyed villain himself, Grunmeister. Maybe we can get some Kevin Calloway in the mix, and also my man Hypocrisy Jones. So that would be absolutely great here on Tuesdays. We're experimenting and we're getting this thing started right now. So here's a couple of things. So I want to get a little bit more like segment based here on Tuesdays. Talk a little bit of news, talk a little bit of Monday Night Raw. Give you guys some things to think about here. You know what I'm saying? So it's most definitely going to be a vibe. But we do have to start with our first segment here, and that's where we do have to talk Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw happened. We're leading up to Crown Jewel in Perth. It's going to be going down in Perth, Australia. That's not this coming Saturday. That's next Saturday, the 11th. Wow, we're already getting into October. That is crazy. But it's going to be a great event. And I think that this was a solid episode of Monday Night Raw to lead us into what we're going to get. And I got to tell you, some of my biggest highlights from Monday Night Raw, and I'll definitely be breaking it down and telling you what I'm thinking. But the first one is most definitely Asuka. Asuka is just one of my favorite characters on the show right now. She's high and mighty. She is not going to be left in the dust or left in the wind. I love it. Asuka just going back to just I mean that fiend of Asuka that she can be, and we're seeing it develop. I really love how they had the backstage vignette when they did it on the Titantron, and it was so cool because the different camera angles and the translation and whatnot. I just thought it was a cool vibe. I really enjoyed it, and this evolution of Asuka as we're seeing her and Kyrie trying to get things together and trying to get us to be a family. EO is getting misted, and you know what? The more I think about this storyline, and I'm being so serious, the more I think about this storyline, the more my mindset goes to, man, this is exactly what all four of these women needed right now. Most definitely, because I feel like that Asuka is elevated from what this feud has become. Her character has become, in my opinion, more layered, and we're seeing them tell stories. And Io Sky, who many consider to be the best wrestler in the world, now we're seeing her. We know you could have a 5-star match. We know you can do it, but now we're seeing her tell more stories now, and telling this story, this confliction that she is having with her friendship with Rhea Ripley and her loyalty to Asuka and Kairi Sane, who she considers to be her family. So it's great character development for Io Sky. Keeps Io and Rhea away from the championship right now, which I think they both desperately needed. And now we can kind of shift away from that and push more towards Stephanie Vicaire and what she's going to do next, which we know she's going to go up against Tiffany Stratton for the Crown Jewel Championship. Um, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting match there. We're not giving predictions yet. I'm sure once we get a little bit closer to the show, we'll definitely do that. But to continue what's been going on Monday Night Raw, the Intercontinental Championship was on the line between Dominic Mysterio and Rusev. And this one felt weird to me, man, because just the way things moved was a little odd. I was like, man, he's getting this opportunity right now. And like, it's weird because if he loses, people are going to say, dang, he lost to Dominic Mysterio on his first try. But Dominic won dirty, and quite possibly they could continue this story where Rusev keeps chasing. Rusev keeps going for him. Rusev keeps on coming. But it in the moment it felt a little weird to me. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are digging what Rusev and Dominic Mysterio is doing, I think Dominic Mysterio is great. I think that he does great work. I think he's also the AAA Mega Champion, and why he's simultaneously the Intercontinental Champion, which is a very cool little wrinkle in what they're doing. It's getting AAA on either the AAA title, one of the AAA titles, the AAA title on American network television. I think it's good. I got no issue with it whatsoever. But another thing that I really wanted to talk about, because I talked a lot about the character development of Asuka, of Kairi Sane, and Io Sky, and even Rhea. Like, instead of just being a destroyer, we're seeing Rhea have to move with a little bit more reason and a little bit more tact. And I like that. She doesn't always have to come and rip everybody apart all the time. Like, we want to see layers to Rhea, and I think that's what we're seeing. But who I also think we're seeing layers from is Bailey. Bailey and the character that she's displaying. She went up against Raquel Rodriguez, and Raquel Rodriguez gets the win. I think that we're slowly building Raquel Rodriguez here. I think that she's having great matches. She's been consistent. She's been she as far as the Judgment Day goes, she has been the consistent. She has been the calm. She has been the steady. And I truly do in my heart of hearts think that sometime maybe in early 2026 she needs to be the women's world champion. I think at some point, even if, I mean, she could still be part of the Judgment Day, but I think at some point we just got to cut her loose, man, because she's impressing me. If you listen to older episodes here on In Your House, I've been pretty critical of her. I really have. But the results don't lie. And Raquel Rodriguez has been amazing. Bailey is I want to see where this Bailey thing is going. Obviously, it's become a thing where her and Lyra Valkyria something. I don't know where they're going with it. If they're gonna become a tag team, or if this is just gonna be Bailey's way of displaying this character, and then she goes off and does her own thing. But Lyra's actually getting something out of it too, because she has this weird uh I don't know what you want to call it, this weird gravitational pull. There it is, gravitational pull with Bailey, because she still felt compelled to do the right thing and come and help her in her time of need. So a lot of cool stories moving, in my opinion, as far as like the women's division. Things are moving. It's dope. I'm digging it. And it's interesting. uh as far as interesting goes, let's talk about something else that's interesting. That's LA Knight getting a victory over Kofi Kingston. I think I'm not sure what they're doing with LA Knight, man, to be honest with you, because if you want my honest, raw opinion, my man is just mid right now. He's mid, he's middle of the ground, bro. Like intermediate over here, bro. This is what we're talking about. This man is mid. All right. And I know he's over in front of the live crowds. I know that it's a thing. The LA Night. Yeah, I get it. I'm not hating on it. That's what is keeping, the crowds keeping their name, keeping your name in their mouth. So it's good. I'm with it, but like it feels like he is still stagnant. Like he's on he's on this journey to become the world heavyweight champion, which is cool, but like I think that there needs to be more growth character wise with LA Knight. I want to see a little bit more like development. And I listen, I'm not nobody. I'm just giving you my opinion. Like I just want to see him, you know, grow a little bit more, maybe have some more layers like we're seeing with these characters in the women's division. And I just don't think he got enough layers. He just comes and he just throws his weight around and, bad mouths. And I'm like, listen, like this is it works for Austin, man, but like this is a different time in wrestling where like you have to be a little bit more, you have to have more dimensions. And I just think that that is what's going on with LA Knight. Yeah, he needs a little bit more dimensions, and there's still room to grow there, but that's just where it's at with that. I see he's moving towards wanting to get towards the world heavyweight championship. He gets a victory over a former world champion, Kofi Kingston, with the BFT. All well and good. Nothing wrong with that. But I guess we're going to slow build him here and we're going to see where he's going to go, because when he came to Monday Night Raw, I felt like they was going in a certain direction with him to where he was just going to start picking off each member of the division one by one. And that's not where we went. Like I could have got into it if that's what he was doing, to where he was like isolating them and then taking them out one by one until Seth Rollins finally got by himself, and that's when he was able to secure a world heavyweight championship match, and maybe even lead up to winning the world heavyweight championship if the timing is right. I don't think we're in a time right now where we truly have to have year title runs. We've seen it. It was cool. I loved it. Like Roman Reigns run, forget about it. It was awesome. It was, you're never gonna see it again. In a I don't think it's gonna happen again in my lifetime. I don't think it will. I truly don't. But I think we are moving out of a time where long title runs need to be a thing. I was listening to Chris Van Vliet, and I think he pulled a stat, and he said that in 1999 the WWE Championship changed 11 times. 11 times. So, and that was exciting television. I get it. Attitude Era wasn't great. This and this. That. It was exciting television at the time. All right. That's just what it was. And it was what it was. You can have your opinion about what it was in the crash TV that it was, but that's what it was working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was working. So, I think it's cool to maybe sometimes a title, the WWE Championship changes on like a Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or something. Like it gives more of that mindset that anything can happen, and I think that when you just surprise people like that every now and again, you ain't got to do it about one or maybe two times a year, but probably one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people be like, oh snap, it really happened. And then that's just enough time for people to be like, oh dang, like, how long before we see that again? And I don't know. I just think there's something cool about that. So I don't know. As far as, but once again, back to LA Knight though, I just think he's middling, man. And maybe this victory against Kofi Kingston was leading to something. But as far as what we're leading to, as far as Crown Jewel, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, they went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I'm not saying it's not going to be a great match because I'm sure that it will, but I've seen it. I know their story. I mean, there's in my mind right now, there's not much more you can squeeze out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just is what it is. But I will say this. I think that in my mind, I feel like it's cool to see that they're making the Crown Jewel Championship like something that the competitors want to get. Like it's kind of like representative of I'm the best of the best because it's the Raw branded World Heavyweight Champion against the SmackDown branded WWE Champion. So like it should give that sense of the best going up against the best, and I think they're treating it like that. We're seeing Tiffany Stratton go across both shows. Cody's going across both shows. Seth and the Vision doing the same thing, and Stephanie is doing the same thing. So it's cool to see as far as that goes. But yeah, we've seen it, and it's doing what it needs to do. But as far as something that is doing what it needs to do and probably had every reason to fail, but hasn't, man, it's El Grande Americano, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's working. It's working. Like, it truly is. And I, I, I'm not in love with the fact that they got Def Rebelled. Like like I liked the corny theme that they had before, but I do like the fact that the faction is growing and it's become a thing. Like, ain't this crazy? Like the Los Americanos, El Grande Americana and the Los Americanos just came up and swooped like American made spot. I mean, American Made is just gone, and Los Americanos and El Grande Americano are here and picking the ball up. It's cool to see, man. Like, it's really, I dig it. And you know what? Wrestling can be goofy, man. It can be fun. It can be ridiculous. And that's exactly what this is. It's goofy. It's fun. It's ridiculous. And I just thoroughly enjoy it, man. I'm enjoying it for what it is. And plus, they be putting on some good matches. So, like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, Los Americanos, I'm with it. I dig it. I'm here for it. Let's keep it coming. But also, as far as they went up against a match, in a match against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And damn, they trying to get Dragon Lee over, boy. That's one thing I really noticed. I was like, they're trying to give him mic time. They're trying to get, and I can appreciate it because Dragon Lee's good, bro. Like, he's good. And my son will tell you, like, anytime Dragon Lee is in a match on Monday Night Raw, it's good. So, like, it makes sense why they're trying to put him on TV and give him a reason to have matches. So I get it. I just hope he finds his thing. He was tag teamed up with AJ Styles. Now, we all know the big story with AJ Styles. This match was what it was. But AJ Styles is going to be going up against John Cena one final time at Crown Jewel. And that match is going to be special, bro. That match is going to be special. I mean, that was one of John Cena's greatest opponents in the later years of his career. Not like the end, but like leading towards, like, he was getting towards maybe possibly considering, at some point retiring. His dates were coming less and less. But at this time, when he was feuding up with AJ Styles, he was on TV pretty consistently. So, like, this is definitely one of his greatest feuds. And I think that it's cool they're gonna go back and get it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you saw the Usos, they defeated Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tour, in the tornado tag. It's always cool, man. I think, like, I thought it was dope that they had a tornado tag. And because, man, I love traditional tag team matches, but damn, let's just have a tornado tag and just let them fuck it up. Like, let's just go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let them go. And, like, I just think that the tornado tag every now and again just mixes things up. And that's what we saw. It mixed things up. It was a cool main event, which led to the return of Roman Reigns. Now, I got to tell you, I did not expect Roman Reigns to come back. I think in about 2 weeks he'll be gone again. but I didn't expect Roman Reigns to come back last night. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's some vibe going on with him and Jay, and Jimmy just not like, he's on the outside looking in, brother. Like, he is like, what is going on? Like, have you guys seen that meme where Squidward is in his house and he's looking outside of his house and he sees SpongeBob and Patrick frolicking outside? Listen, Squidward is Jimmy Uso, and Roman and Jay are SpongeBob and Patrick. They're frolicking off about da, 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 we're about to be the greatest of all time, and Jimmy's just like, I don't know what's going on. I can't I can't fathom what's going on. I'll tell you, this little transformation that we're having with Jay Uso is interesting. I think it is adding layers to his character that kind of ties back to when he was the right hand man, but he's tying the right hand man into the Yeet era and is making the character a little bit more serious. And I like that, bro. Like, I think that's dope. I think that is an interesting little way that they're trying to present Jay Uso, and it's they're trying to keep him fresh, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. Because my mindset here is this: um, can the development of this character carry him outside of his family once again, just like he did when he was the Yeet Man, biggest baby face in the company. You know what I'm saying? Win the Royal Rumble, win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther, and had his moment. And then everybody feels like it kind of fizzled out when he dropped the title back to Gunther, and then he was kind of like, I don't, where are we at here? What are we doing? But it's still it's still cool though. It's still cool though that they're going to keep trying with them. But the interesting thing is going to be, where are they going to go with him when he inevitably jumps outside of his family lines again and tries to chase the World Heavyweight Championship? Or we're going to see a more aggressive, a more focused Jay Uso? I think it's a possibility that we can. So we're going to see what he learns from Roman Reigns. But on the flip side of things, division. Um, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, I love those guys. I love that they're Paul Heyman guys. I love that they are the part of the biggest heel faction in the WWE right now. Why are these guys not trying to get the tag team championships? I mean, seriously, like for real. Why are they not trying to get? You have Seth Rollins, who's the world heavyweight champion. You have Becky Lynch, who is the women's intercontinental champion. What? And here's the thing: they for the last few weeks, and even this coming Friday on SmackDown, the division is going to be in a tag team match. They just went up against the Usos, and then I thought I saw that they were going to be. I can't remember who they were going to be going up against. If you guys remember, tell me in the chat. But I did see that they were going to be back on Friday and tag teaming up again. So what are we doing, man? I mean, seriously, what are we doing, right? Like, you have the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD McDonough, who are doing nothing with those titles. I mean, I can't even remember the last time Finn had a match on TV. I know JD just had one against Rusev like last week. But what are we doing, man? And then you got the New Day that's just like, what are they doing? Like, I'm not saying that they're not making what they're doing work, mourning the tag team division, and yet I get it. I totally get it. But where's it going? And why don't the division want the tag team championships? Why not? They're already tag teaming up anyway. So just do it. Just go for them because you can. Just do it because you can. You know what I'm saying? That is utter and complete dominance. All the gold right there in the vision. Just do it. I mean, just do it. Go. Just do it with the vision. All right. I don't understand. But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. Like I said, we're leading up to Crown Jewel. And I thought it was a really, really it's a solid episode. Solid is the right word for it. It didn't blow my mind or anything like that. Like, I was a little surprised when I saw Roman come back for the umpteenth time, but it was solid, bro. Like I enjoyed it, and it was a fun watch. So all right, guys, all right, because we got to slow down because I just talked Monday Night Raw. I'm debuting this new show. All right. It's the hot tag. So we're jumping from one thing to the other. All right. So now I got to tell you guys about my weekend. And this is part of the indie report, okay? Because we're going to be talking some independent wrestling. And we're going to be talking about what I was doing this past weekend, what I'm going to be doing this upcoming weekend. But guys, listen, before we do all that, we are going to quickly take a break. We're going to pay some and come back, folks. We are going to be talking about Emerge Wrestling in Columbus, Indiana. They got a show this coming Saturday, and that is the 4th of October. I was just at New Wave Pro, returned to commentary for the first time in 5 years in Terre Haute, Indiana. It was a vibe. We're going to talk about that, give you the Pro Wrestling Stock Exchange, and then, hey, at the end, we're going to hit you with the go home, all right? We're going to do all that and more on the other side of this break. In your house, the hot tag. Talk to you in a second.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have.
If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You wanna be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live.
Hey guys, welcome back to the hot tag. And man, it is a movie here because listen, we just talked a little bit of Monday Night Raw. It was a vibe, guys. So like I said, solid episode, very solid episode. And listen, I got to talk to my guys over here in the chat. I got Grundmeister pulling up. What is up, brother? Appreciate you coming through. I got my man, The Voice, Josh Joseph. He does a great job on Mondays and Thursdays, each CW Watch Along series. Check out everything that we're doing. But listen, guys, it is a vibe anytime I get a chance to talk to you guys out there in the household, and I never want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. I always want to keep you guys on the right path, and I got to tell you, the path that I've been on, I have been on a health journey, getting in the gym, doing what I need to do to get fit, and man, I felt like $1,000,000 when I left New Wave Pro. I felt good. I didn't feel tired like I normally do after a show. Staying in shape is so important. Health is wealth. I'm serious, y'all. I want to let y'all know health is wealth. So take care of yourselves, take care of y'all's bodies, and be here for your families as long as you can. It's super important. And that's why I'm so lucky to have Goalie Nutrition on my side, Goalie Gummies, and man, what a vibe that it is. Because listen, after a hard show, after a hard day at work, I can go and get me a Ashwagandha gummy, and I can relax and restore and keep my mind straight. And listen, if I need to get my gut right, if my fupa is fupaing, I am just glad that I'm just glad I got the apple cider vinegar gummies. They're great. Apple cider vinegar gummies vibe for real. So I enjoy those, and man, so much more. I got to keep my mind focused. I got to keep my mind right. And when I'm doing these podcasts and I got to stay sharp, the Matcha Mind gummies really keep me going, keep me focused, and keep me striving, bro. And listen, gut health is important, all right? I've been learning about that lately, getting your gut right, making sure that you're eating the right things, and making sure that you're taking care of inflammation in the gut. And yeah, that's why you got to have pre and post probiotic gummies. All those are sugar-free. They have the sugar-free essentials pack. You can go to goalie.com and type in promo code IYH and check out to get a discount. And man, we're lucky, man. We're fortunate to be teamed up with such a great partner. So yeah, check it out, y'all. Check out what they're doing. That's goalie.com and enter promo code IYH and check out to get a 10% discount. Let them know that the team here at In Your House sent you, and check everything out that we're doing on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So guys, like I was saying earlier, I was part of a couple of great shows, man, and it was an absolute vibe to go back to a place that really meant a lot to what I was doing back in 2019, and that is New Wave Pro in Terre Haute, Indiana. And man, vibes, bro. It was so crazy because it felt nostalgic, but it felt brand new at the same time. And I just remember being a part of some amazing shows in 2019 because one thing about New Wave Pro is they have some of the best production that I've seen in this state. I mean, and that's not an exaggeration. They put out a great product, and I was always felt so fortunate to be one of the voices of those shows. And man, it was great to be back. I worked with Robert Black, and that was the first time I got a chance to work with him. And he's talented, man. I mean, somebody in the backstage said, because I was like, "Who is your style? Who can you mimic?" And I was telling him who I really dug. Like I told him like Bobby Heenan when he was on commentary, or even I like to pull a little bit from Pat McAfee. Just have that energy, but still understand what's going on in the story. And it was like Tony Schiavone, straight up Tony Schiavone. And my God, like, was that so on point? Like, I felt like he was a pro, man. I mean, he was just a pro, knew all the moves, telling all the stories, and we just bounced off of each other so well on the very first show. And like, yeah, man, that was cool. I mean, for real. And then the show was awesome. The main event itself was so dope. I mean, my God, Star Rider versus Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams is one of the best in the Midwest, man. I mean, that was an amazing main event. Those two went at it. Star Rider is fire. I mean, dear God. And then I got a chance to run into the lovely Miss Larkin again. She's and her character and even her in ring is so much more refined. And it was just amazing, bro. I mean, Rachel Armstrong, Miss 450 herself. I mean, it's always cool to see when she's wrestling in the ring because the development has been crazy, especially in the ring. Dex Royal, that boy done got big, like big chest boy, you know what I'm saying? But still flying around that ring. He got it, bro. It's just a matter of time. Like he's one of the best, bro. And it's just, it was a great, great show. And that was their, that was their premiere. That was their pilot. You know what I'm saying? Like it was it was really so cool that the the smoke machines were back just like I remembered them back in the day, and the production is just good. I mean, it's awesome production, and I want to make sure that I give them their kudos and whatnot. And I'm gonna do that right now while I'm talking to you guys because that production that they had was insane, and it was Dreamer Productions. They dropped like a little short there, and that was awesome. So shout out to Dreamer Productions. And then shout out to Mogul Bound Media for taking the photos. It was all well done, man. It was quality, bro. And like it it was what is needed, man. Like it is what is needed. It was a breath of fresh air. It truly was, and it was great. And I appreciate that voice. Yes, I took that opportunity, and man, I'm glad I did. I am glad I did because it was really dope. OG Tony, what is up, brother? I'm doing good, bro. Thanks for dropping in and chatting with me, bro. So that's real dope of y'all. Appreciate y'all popping through. But yes, New Wave Pro was dope. I enjoyed it, and man, what a vibe it was. What a vibe it was. Like it was great, and I always feel fortunate after every show that I do that I even get to be a part of this in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to do commentary, to help out backstage and help produce the promos and stuff. Like it's never lost on me that I get a chance to be in this in a small kind of way, and I enjoy what I do. I love it. I love it. I enjoy the talent. They show me respect for what I do. They always work with me, man, and it's cool. It's cool. It's appreciated. I'm giving them my best. I'm giving them my best. I promise I am. But I'm gonna do that again, and that's this coming Saturday because I get to go to a place that I consider home, consistent, and that's Emerge Wrestling out of Columbus, Indiana. And you talk about keyword there, consistent. One of the most consistent shows that you're going to get in the Midwest. Emerge Wrestling never quits. And I feel lucky to be a part of that, man. And they got their show that is coming up, and that's Blood and Bones. That is Emerge 91. And man, I get a chance to slither around where my man Paragon, the Emerge World Heavyweight Champion, the leader of the tribe, returns, and he's going to be going up against the Black Diamond Ace Perry, and that's going to be a hell of a main event for sure. And I'm going to be on commentary for it. It's going to be an amazing night with a lot of great talent. And man, I'm telling you, if you haven't went to an Emerge show, you really need to. And here's the thing: I'm not just saying it because I'm part of the show. All right, I listen. Here's the truth. You want the truth? If I didn't think a show was quality, I wouldn't even be a part of it. Real talk. And that's not me being on my high horse or nothing, bro. I'm giving it to you real. I do not like. I only want to be a part of quality. I only want to be a part of consistency, and that's what I'm. Listen, I value my time. All right, I got a wife and I got kids, and we do our part here, and we get an envelope, yada yada yada. But like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I value my time. So if I'm gonna come and work this show and do what I know I can do best to help this show, it's got to be worth it. It's got to be creatively worth it. It's got to be get my juices flowing. And these are places that do. And it's going to be great because we have talent like of course Paragon that's going to be a part of it, but this is going to be a great show because we have many different talents that's come back. We're going to have some rematches and whatnot. And Matt Diesel, one of my personal favorites, he's going to be sliding through. He's going to be going up against Avery Hertz. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be great. So that's going to be a vibe in itself. We got Pretty Boy Smooth returning, and he's going to be going up against Dylan Cole. That's going to be dope. And I mean, a lot of people saying Dylan gonna die, so I mean, we're gonna find out. I mean, PB's a big boy, that's for sure, most definitely. So you just got to know that it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. At Blood and Bones, October 4th, Emerge 91. And you got Ashton Adonis who's going to be there. You're going to have Braden Lee. That's who he's going to be going up against. I mean, I get a chance to see Aaron Williams go up against Josh Crane, bro. Like, that's about to be crazy. I'm calling that match. Like, damn, I just saw Aaron Williams have a banger against Star Rider just this past Saturday where I was on commentary. And now I get a chance to do it again against Josh Crane, who's also dope as hell. So, like, I'm digging it. I get a chance to see Chris Moore. I ain't got a chance to see Chris Moore in a minute. And it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a great night. So that's what I got going on. A lot of other shows that's gonna be going on, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna be breaking down some of these shows. I'm gonna be giving you dates for other shows. That's going to be how the indie report is processed. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Enjoyed my little stories of me being on commentary, and check out everything that we're going to be doing because New Wave Pro is going to be on IWTV, should be on there shortly, and you can hear my voice on there. You know what I'm saying? You can hear me do my thing on there, and that's on behalf of the In Your House podcast network with this great team that I have. So we're gonna move on here because we got to keep on going because like I said, bro, I'm giving you guys something different. I'm giving you guys some segments, and what we're doing now is the Pro Wrestling Stock Exchange. I'm going to give you one, maybe two. I don't know. Let's just see how I feel. All right, we're just swinging wild here. All right, a couple things that I'm buying in professional wrestling, and a couple things that I'm selling. So I guess I never. I mean, let's end it on a high note. Let's go with the bad first. Get that out the way. As far as like selling, here's what I'm selling as far as professional wrestling. Like, I hate to say it, but I'm selling on Jade Cargill right now. I really am. I think that um I do believe a lot of her aura is gone. I think she's had a couple of different opportunities at the women's championship and hasn't been able to deliver. And I just think that there's still like a little bit, there's something mechanical about her still. Man, she took a nasty gash in that situation with Nia Jax. She played a role in how that whole mess went down. Not directly her, was more in line of Nia Jax and the referee and the 3 count, which people were just ripping that apart, bro. Like, ripping that apart. And I can't say it's for a bad reason. I mean, I remember I watched it live and I was like, oh man, that was just a clear miscommunication. It's tough, man. It's tough because I don't want to come on here and just start, I don't want to come on here and just start talking shit. That's not what I'm trying to do, but I got to keep it a buck. And it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch, man. And it just hurt, like, the whole situation. And unfortunately, like, Jade's name is tied to that. You know what I'm saying? I know she didn't have anything to do, but I'm selling, man. I'm selling. I don't see her right now. And I hope that it gets better. But right now, I'm selling my stock. I mean, I thought she could be something. She could still be something. She could still be something. But like, I'm just like, listen, just give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me my money. Like that's for real. Um, and we'll talk about one that I'm buying. To be honest, it's crazy, but I'm buying AEW stock right now. Right now, I am buying AEW stock. I am. And let me explain to you why. Like I think that AEW is starting to find their own little niche. I think they're not so worried about what WWE is doing. If anything, I think WWE is worried about what they're doing with the counter programming and yada 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 and things of that nature. But you know what, man? I thought about it. And I was talking to the fellas in the chat, and we had a very profound discussion about the state of WWE and who their demo is right now. And I think it's a lot of international territory. Okay. Let's listen. All I'm saying is Saudi Arabia is getting a Royal Rumble, then they're getting a WrestleMania. Listen, Indiana has rolled out the red carpet for the WWE. We've done everything we possibly can, naming streets, hosting the Super Show. We even put together a huge Royal Rumble weekend with many indie shows. It was an amazing weekend. I'll never forget it. I worked many shows that weekend. It was amazing. But where's our WrestleMania? Where is our WrestleMania? Now, listen, allow me to be a homer for a second. I got a chance to go to my first ever Royal Rumble on my birthday. Listen, I know a lot of amazing people who've been to not one WrestleMania, but many. And, that's partly because they're young and don't have kids, and that's okay. That's okay. Like, I'm not judging, like, live your life. I am a man who had kids young, and that's that's nobody's responsibility but my own. I wouldn't change a thing. I promise I wouldn't. But I haven't been to a WrestleMania. So, for me to be able to just get one, just one, and I'd be happy because that's how I am, bro. Like, it don't take much for me. Like, it really doesn't take much. Like, I was super happy with the Royal Rumble. Like, people are gonna say what they're gonna say about who won the Royal Rumble and this and that, but listen, I got a chance to see an awesome ladder match that was fun. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance. I got a chance to see two Royal Rumbles and some great returns, and some great debuts and whatnot, and it was fun. Like, I will not complain about that Royal Rumble ever. You're not gonna hear me do it. But it was fun. But where are we? Where's our mania, man? Like, it was part of the deal, and like, I just wanted to get fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. It's things are moving weird. But let me get back on track here. All right, let me get back on track because the whole thing is they're going to international territory, and I thought about it. And I was like, AEW has really, really focused in their own way on like middle America. I know they're going to be in Fishers in December. They just did like a month span in Chicago a few months ago. I think they did another month last month in Philadelphia at 2300 Arena. And I think that they're attacking that market that WWE is starting to try to leave behind. You guys feel me now? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm buying stock in AEW because right now they're starting to go back to their what made them different in the first place. Like the Jurassic Express is returning, the Young Bucks are out of power and kind of having a force to kind of trickle back down and getting clowned and whatnot. No matter what you think about Hangman Adam Page, he's a homegrown talent who's holding the World Heavyweight Championship. Chris Statlander is the women's championship. She's somebody who's been there since day one. Like they're starting to kind of go back to their roots. And I think that if they do that and they attack the middle America market like they have been doing, they can truly achieve, okay? They can truly achieve that fan base that WWE is seeming to leave behind. Just work with me, people. Just listen. I'm not saying, oh, we're switching sides. I'm not. Look, if you listen to this podcast, all you know, I'm not about that tribalism shit. You know. I'm just saying, fair is fair. All right, fair is fair. AEW's got a chance. They got a chance because WWE's giving them that chance because they're leaving us behind. Okay? They're leaving us behind to go to international waters and do all this stuff and get that, Saudi Arabian money. However you feel about that is what it is. That's what they're doing. Okay? That's what they're doing. So, what are we going to do? Because the other option is what I'm going to tell you to do every single time, and that's support indie wrestling. You feel me? Support indie wrestling. Support indie wrestling. All right. But I'm saying AEW has a chance. They got an opportunity to take advantage of a market that's getting left behind. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to 50 different apps to watch Monday Night Raw. Then I gotta have cable to watch Friday Night SmackDown, and CW to watch NXT, then Tubi. You feel me? Like Tubi to watch Evolve, like, and then ESPN now. Like, come on, bro. Like, at the very least. And listen, this ain't no propaganda. I'm not with none of that. I'm just saying, at the very least, AEW has all their stuff centralized on HBO Max. One spot. One. All right. Tickets are even affordable. Like, are you telling me that there's not a chance that they could get their own niche and grow? They can. That's all I'm saying. I'm buying stock. I'm buying stock on AEW. All right. I'm buying stock. What was this chat here saying? Let me go to the chat. Let me give it the chat. Let's see. Voice. He says WWE is the ones who chose all these actions. We didn't. We sat back, watched, and participated. They broke up. Listen, you said it. You said it. You're not wrong. That's what. Listen, bro. I still. This is not a WWE bash podcast. You know what I'm saying? But anything that I've done, I've kept it down the middle. If you can't say nothing else about me, you could at least say I'm a fair man. And I'm just saying that there's a chance. There's absolutely a chance. And it's like Voice was saying, they're running away from us. You know what I'm saying? But and listen, man, I'm telling you, and even Grunt here, and this man, he's not a fan of AEW. He's had I honestly, Grunt, I respect your stance on AEW. You were hard about it. You'll hear it. You'll come and be like, listen, it can be done. Like, if it's realistic, you'll give AEW their credit, and I appreciate that. I'm saying here that I think they got a chance. I think they got a chance. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, that's where we're at there. But yeah, man, this episode, I really like how this has turned out. Like, I appreciate you guys in the chat. The hot tag, this has been dope, but we got to slide. But listen, before we slide, we got to hit it real quick. We've got to hit this thing real quick. And that is the go home. So the go home is a couple of things that we're going to talk about that's in the news. We're gonna just prattle through it real quick. And one thing that I saw that showed up on my timeline is we are confirmed, man. Get your tissues ready for December 13th because they're really doing it at a Saturday night's main event. John Cena's final match is going to be at a Saturday night main event. That is crazy. This is insane. I didn't think that it would be like this, but here we are. And I think John Cena, he's been pretty open and honest as far as like who he is and his intentions and stuff like that. Uh, but I say I do believe that this is going to be his last match. I think he's done. I think he's going to be done. I think there's times where we're going to see him make appearances and he'll come in the ring and maybe hype up the crowd or something. But as far as a match, I think it is done. I think I believe him that that if he says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But man, I gotta wonder. I'm wondering who's his final opponent going to be, man. There's a lot of speculation that it could be Dominic Mysterio. That's a name I've heard quite a bit. I've also heard some people rumbling that he's going to get back against Brock Lesnar one final time at his final match. But what if what if it's Edge? Let's talk about it. All right. What if it's Edge? And I see you, voice. John Cena doesn't believe in Taiwan. I didn't even know what was going on until you showed me what that was. That was insane. But listen, Edge. Can we talk about it? Because what if? What if both sides play ball? What if they let it happen? Like it would be one of the, in my opinion, and I don't want to overhype it. So let me fall back a little bit, but it would definitely be one of the best wrestling stories ever if they, because either he's out of his contract or he's got I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I'm not in nobody's pocketbook. Nothing. Okay. But I'm just saying that if it's Edge, that would be insane because that was like his first greatest world heavyweight championship rival. Like, am I right about that? Maybe because I know Edge got his first championship, I believe, against Cena after an elimination chamber and he cashed in. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm a little foggy, but yeah, man, it it was dope. Like it would be dope. It would be dope if it was Edge. I'd be like, wow, that would be crazy. What's the voice talking about? Because this man is insane. All right, you guys can hear him on Mondays. You guys can hear him on Thursdays, and pretty soon on Tuesdays. He's insane. He says, I swear to God, if they go out of their way to make Grun happy at the end of this, I'm riding. Why do you hate Grun's happiness? Like it's insane how you hate his happiness. Like what has Grun done? What has Grun done? I listen, I think Grun's a great guy. I still think that there's a reality at some point where we can get him to shave his head and get a tattoo on it. I haven't forgot. All right. I haven't forgot. Think it's a great opportunity. But listen, he just hates his happiness, man. It's insane. But yeah, man, we're seeing it. It is going to be John Cena, and that's December 13th in Washington, D.C. I really wish they would have done it in Boston or something, man. It would have been better. But they're doing it in Washington, D.C. because the almighty dollar talks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Trump pulling up. I don't know. Maybe. You never know. So it's just a crazy thing, bro. Like this is it. This is it. It's nuts. So that was one thing that I had seen. I thought that was interesting. And John Cena, man, I hope you guys are ready because I'm gonna be crying. All right. I hope you guys are ready because I will be, and I know you will too. And if you think that you're not, listen, you're a lie. You're a liar. Lies. Okay. All right. Another thing that I saw, what was the Hardy Boys doing with the TNA Tag Team Championships on Kaizenet's stream? that was cool, man. It was cool to see that generation, like that is a like it's the newer generation. Like it's, I'm getting not old, but about to be hitting 40. I'm not like 19, 20, none like the young kids no more, but they like what they like and they love Kai Cenat, like, and he gets millions of views, like, and that's the name of the game when it comes to wrestling. Like, get those views, get those numbers up. And I just thought it was great marketing for the Hardys to be on Kai Cenat's stream, and they were so smart to bring the TNA Tag Team Championships on there. It was just hand in hand, great, and like here it is. Here they are, the Hardys inspiring another generation. They was out there doing the dance and whatnot. Like I know, voice. I know we old. We old. I like to say I'm timeless, bro. That's how I say I'm timeless. So that's just me. But man, listen, I just thought that was dope, bro. Like the Hardys are just transcending generations, bro, and that's cool, and I think it's dope. Another thing that I saw is that we are we're not gonna see, because my mindset was, man, I really want to see more AJ Lee, but it looks like we're not set to see AJ Lee until after Crown Jewel. Now that's not a long time; it's coming up, and I think that is smart, honestly. Keep her fresh. You know what I'm saying? As far as you've already got Crown Jewel pretty much booked up, like I'm sure that that's all in ink, dried up in ink. Maybe next week I'd like to see like a taped promo. That's cool. Like that's fine. A taped promo, and I think that that's dope, man. That hype. Yes, I remember. Jeff on UPN. It was a different vibe, bro. Jeff Hardy on UPN. Oh, he's wild, bro. But it was cool to see him there. AJ Lee hates Australia. That is a wild take, brother. That's a wild take. But listen, I would honestly, I would like to see a video package or something next week just to keep her fresh before she hopefully inevitably returns, like maybe the Monday Night Raw after Crown Jewel or the SmackDown, whatever you want to do. Because I'm like, I want to see her set some intentions now. We saw her do her thing with her husband, and that was cool, bro. Like, it was cool. It was what it was. We did it, and it's done. Now I want to see her interact with some of these other female talents. Like, I want to see how they mesh, what she could do on the card, where she could be on the card. AJ Lee on the mid card would just go so freaking hard. I loved the Intercontinental Championship around her waist when she came and took it from Becky, and I was like, oh my God, her with the mid card title is money. Money, money, money. And it's crazy. Whoa. Voice, are you scared of koalas, bro? What type of, like, what do you call that phobia? That's insane. Like, it's good. It's crazy. Okay, all right. I don't know what that phobia is. I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, maybe Chat GPT it. I don't know, bro. Because I'm like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? But no, I'm cool with AJ Lee taking a little bit of time off. I'm cool with her being on the show for a little bit. Not like, once again, like, I'm sure she's training and stuff like that. Like, I don't doubt that. But keep her fresh. Let me ask you guys in the chat. Who do you guys want to see AJ Lee feud with upon her return? That's a good question. And look at that. Our man from Puerto Rico, Daniel Garcia. Love that guy. As I was saying that, he put it in the chat. He votes for an AJ Lee versus Chelsea Green match. Like, that's bro, what? Like, I know voices clapping for that, just like those koalas that he's talking about here in the chat. Like, where do you get this stuff, voice? What is wrong? Listen, man, I have a show to host here. All right. I have a show to host here, and you guys are just coming in here in the chat being absolutely crazy. Hype is always right. I don't know. There's some wild stories there about Hype and Invisible Rock Dad, Invisible John Cena Dad. Listen, I don't claim to know nothing about nothing, but there's speculation out there about what it is. But yeah, man. AJ Lee versus Roxanne Perez has to happen. It has to happen. Daniel Garcia over there in Puerto Rico, we appreciate you, bro. But yeah, it's a vibe. Oh, Grandmeister came with a list. See, this is the energy I love here on the hot tag. You guys are making this show awesome. Roxanne, Raquel, yes. Give me Raquel. Give me that like cruiserweight versus big woman style. I really truly think that Raquel Rodriguez and AJ Lee would have a banger. Like I do believe that. Alexa Bliss is another good one. I would want to see Alexa Bliss for the promos alone. Like I'm not saying I don't think they'd have the best match. Like, not saying that Alexa Bliss ain't good, but there's people on Grun's list here that are just way better. That's gonna give her a great match. But like, I would want to see AJ Lee and Alexa Bliss for the promos alone. Period. Period. Straight up. Charlotte Flair versus AJ Lee. Forget about it, bro. Like that's like old school NXT days, bro. Like way in the beginning there of that black and gold brand. Yes. Bailey, man, come on. Come on. Especially since now they're kind of paralleling right now with Bailey's schizophrenic character, and then AJ Lee's always kind of had that weird, quirky, short fuse when you call it crazy. So what could they bounce off of each other? It's dope. Nikki Cross. That's so Sister Abigail Nikki Cross or Nikki Cross Nikki Cross. That's I mean either way it'll work. But I like that answer though. Nikki Cross for sure. Hype. Go sit in the corner. Go in the corner, bro, because what are you talking about? This man said Naomi's unborn seed. That's crazy. That's another thing in the news. We did see her ultrasound. Her ultrasound was out there. So congratulations to them once again. I know we said it on the show before, but no doubt. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Grun, is it would be an all right match, but the promos would be amazing. Ooh, yeah, man. Like AJ Lee, Liv Morgan, when Liv Morgan returns from injury, 100%. Thank you to the guys in the chat here. You guys are cool. That's great. Okay, so we got or does Nikki not wrestle anymore? Because like, how long can you play the female boogeyman? Like I said, which one? Because you could tell different stories with one or the other. So it's crazy. But yeah, some great picks, y'all. I appreciate it. Like these are great. These are awesome picks. Yeah, Bloodline strong hype for sure. But I appreciate you guys. Hey, that was the go home. We gave you a couple of stories there, and man, I appreciate all y'all sliding through, the team sliding through. OG Tony, my man Daniel Garcia from over there in Puerto Rico. This is just the first of many, man. I like how they structured out. I like how it came through. And I appreciate it. I really do. So like the hot tag is off to a good start. And next week I'll probably have the fellas on here. And we'll be talking more stuff. We'll keep the structure that we're doing, but I'm also going to be adding more of the fantasy football stuff as the IYH Fantasy Football League is going on. I ate my first loss, man. Like, damn, it was crazy. So I'm not one of the undefeated teams anymore. But hey, we're going into week 5. I'm 3-1. I can't be mad about that. I can't be mad about being 3-1. That's still a good winning record going into week 5. So we're gonna see where that goes. But yeah, I got some plans for the Tuesday hot tag. I appreciate you guys sliding through, making this a great time. Hype hates fantasy football until next week when he tries to win again. And I appreciate you guys for sliding out. And once again, check out what I'm doing. Check out this past Saturday's New Wave Pro show, Talk of the Town, when it drops on IWTV. And once again, that was a fun time. That was a vibe. All right, that's gonna be a movie right there, so check that out. Then this Saturday I'm gonna be at Emerge 91 Blood and Bones. I'm gonna be on commentary, calling all the action, giving them that work like I do every single time. Guys, I appreciate you guys sliding out, because this Tuesday hot tag was a movie and it's all part of the work, and that's HOWSC, and the W stands for work. So I am Alakan, the concept, Howse, the executive producer in your house for the whole team here at In Your House. Hey, you need to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Kon. Hey, O'Kon in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Bumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Whoa.